There we go. Sorry, I'm trying. Sorry, I'm trying. There we go. Sorry, I've been trying. Basically, I'll show you what I've done. I've got Stream Deck set up on my phone. So one of the reasons why I'm trying this out was just to see how if it would work. But by the look of it, it is still not that grand. Um, there we go. So yeah, I'm trying to use Stream Deck because I used to use it before with my old channel. But I thought, let's try this out and see if it works. But turns out it doesn't want to work, and I don't know why. Um, so it's it's something it's something I've been trying to get my head around. But anyway, so there's a fly in my room. It's just being a pain. So yeah, what am I doing today? Um, the idea is I'm changing this model. Now this model, the front was different. Like it was very bare bones. There wasn't that much detail on this, and I started working on this last night. And I was listening to a song, and it was a song by We Are the Fallen, which is if you like Evanescence and you like the old stuff. It was the I'm not gonna say the original band because Ben from Evanescence, he's the only original member there. The rest is like members of like the Open Door lineup, and it's got the lead singer from like America's Got Talent or something like that. So it was like they formed this group and they were pretty good. Sadly, I only ever did one album, and then they went into the fade into non-existence. But then there was supposed to come back, and they haven't. But I was listening to a song, and it was a song called St. John's, and it's about an asylum in Lincolnshire. And I was listening to it, and I was thinking, like, maybe I should. I was just reading about it, looking at photos, seeing what this place was, because if it's that popular that it's got a song, then maybe it's worth checking it out. So I had a look, and I saw a photo of the front, and I went, I like the look of the front, and it's pretty much I could probably modify it in a way. Um, so this is why now I'm going to be going through this and redoing all the parts and trying to make it look more like the actual building. Um, and I'm using a tool called PureRef. So if you keep seeing me looking to my left, it's because I'm looking at the reference shots. But if you're ever going to do game development and you want to try and base it on something, definitely get PureRef. It's free, completely free. And you don't have to save the images. All you do is if you can take a screenshot, you can just copy and paste it into the clipboard, and then you can save the clipboard. You can zoom in, you can expand on it. It doesn't take that much performance, so it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool to use. Um, so that's what I'm currently using. Um, I'm just checking for my music. Because I don't think we should like have like some silence. These are the ones Shadow uses, so let's have a look. Hey, Waypoint. Waypoint, look at this, right? Ready? I've also got it for... So yeah, we've got different intros now. I've put them in the Google Drive, so if you want them, they're there. I've even put the graphics as well, so if you just want to have a look at them, and if there's any adjustments you want to do to them, just adjust them. Add like something on the end of the file, so just add like XS, and then I can then just put them into the video editing program and redo them. Yeah, I'm redoing the main exterior model. Look, all this is actually just one model, because when you go inside, it's already got interiors and stuff like that, but it's still, as you can see, it's still incomplete. But yeah, I've been redoing it and recreating some of it, and obviously we've got that little corner part that I've been wanting to put in. Yeah, some of this still needs to be like done. I'm thinking maybe I have something like a clock tower up here. I don't know why I'm not Unity. Blender's been doing this quite a lot, like with a new update. I have to use like Cube, and I don't really like Cube because, as you can see, it expands it to like it squashes it. So I have to redo all of this. Look at my mic, I can't pick up the background audio because I can hear motorbikes just going mental. I really hate where I live. I really do. It's never come to England. That was one thing I didn't do with the, the title card things. I was still having them running in the background, which they shouldn't do. So I want to be open when they're active. So. I don't know why that is not clipping on properly. That's right. What is it? And that's why, because the alignment on this is just a bit off. Yeah, there we go. I think that's fixed it. No, it ain't. Oh, it could be because this isn't properly aligned with the wall. Oops, that looks clear. Need to adjust. There. One thing I tend to do now with these is I create what's called an empty. No, actually, pause that. What I tend to do is just create a fake vertices, delete the vertice, and then set the origin to there. And now when I lower it down, I can get it where it needs to be. That's all fine. Just need to move this. That on both sides? No, it's not on this. On both sides, so I don't have to just adjust one. I can just do the other. I mean, it just does the other for me. It saves me a lot of time. Because what I'm using is if you on the modifiers, I'm using a mirror modifier, so that way whenever I do on one side, it copies it across to the other. You can set it for like up, down, forward, back, left, right. Yeah. The other thing I do with this is when I want to duplicate something, and I know it's going to be the same for the rest, is I link them. So at first, let's just do this first. I want to get it. Also, I've parented these. Actually, I'll show you what it means. So what I do is I go to that, parent it. Oh, that's not good. Parenting kit. Okay. So set the one that you want to be parented, and then you select the last one you pick is the one that will be the parent of that object. So now when I move this, it will follow it wherever it wants to go, wherever that goes. And then with this, I've got what's called an array. And what these are is they copy them, so they create duplicates. So as you can see here, I got 4, which is the full length of those. So I want to just shrink it down to about 3, keeping it at 2. I've set this to modify, but I also put the bisect and flip. So basically, what that will do is I tend to do this. Just create a duplicate. Create these. Because we want to get it dead center. So we select that one. Select that one. Sorry, that one. Want it dead center. There we go. And then set the cursor to there. We'll delete that duplicate because we don't want that. And then change the origin point to there. So now when we go to the actual window, there. And there we go. So it pretty much does everything that I want to do. Now this is where we link it. So to link it, it's Alt D. When you go here, Alt D. So now let's move this here. So if I adjust anything on this model, as you can see, it changes both, which is a useful tool. There we go. And then what we're going to do is what I've done there is I've just basically moved the scale to -1, so it flips. So now when I go into here, as you can see, all the parts are there. So that means now I can just do this, do this, and duplicate these, and then go boom, PX, boom, boom, then boom. There we go. We've got both windows there. Four pieces? No. Oh, that's why. I wonder what I've done then. So yeah, so now we've got the windows in here. We just need to now expand on the floor. But we've got that windows. Got to redo the wall for this as well, because as you can see, the door frame is totally different. And again, I'm using filters. I mean, no, the modifiers to make it work. Another tool that I use for this is, as you can see, we've already got the UV mapping already done. So when I move it, some of it just copies and pastes it. I don't know. So what I've done is go into options, and you've got these little pool things to use. So that way, when I need to keep things to the scale, it will do it. But to be honest, I want to get that and that. We know that's the only thing is, if you try and do like input the numbers themselves, you will have some issues. So it's always best to just to use you have to use your eyes to sort of guess where everything is. Otherwise, it's just not going to look good. Let me just get all these, go into the UV editor, and then there we go. See, so that looks a lot better. There we go. All sorted. And now, I mean, this one was already done, but now when we go for the front door, the wall actually looks intact and it's pretty good. It's just these need to be redone. But to be honest, this room is really important because we're not really going to go in here. This is just mainly for the exterior shot. So that's one of the reasons why we're just putting in the fake. Like, this should not be fake windows. See? So there's the real windows. There we go. So there's the real windows. So we can, when we go outside, when we look outside, we can see the exterior. Be honest, I do want to add some of the the pillars. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some pillars. Because we're doing this low poly, I tend to put these at 6 or 8 depending on how much detail I want on them. Close to here. That not even. Yeah, it's a bit even, so that should be fine. Right, I'm just gonna get pure ref up. So I'm just using this so I can, using pure ref, you can scale it to whatever you want. So I just need it for like a reference image. And if I go here now and put the modifier on, there we go. There. We've got both windows, so Windows, both versions, so we can see it. There we go. One thing I am going to do, I'm going to duplicate this. I've got two. There we go. I want to make as well like a curve, like an arch, so we can have like a window looking in. So the way I'm thinking of making that is I'm going to use a path. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just push that up. Something like that. Actually, a bit. We want to try and make it as high as we possibly can get it. And then what we do is we can just set it to the bones in the plan. Because what we're going to do is we're going to create a new cube. And then add a curve modifier to it, and then we're going to try and hit that curve. Hit the curve. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to link it to that. Put the wood texture on it. And because we can do is we can add that, see, it duplicates it and then creates more. So when we add more to it, we'll get more of that bend. And all I want to do is just get from view. Actually, that's fine. I think, yeah, that's all fine. And that's fine. And then again to the top. And then if we put the smooth modifier, and then we can also add a mirror modifier. See? So it gives us that bend. Only thing that we are having an issue with is the door frame. So we deal with that, because now we've got that curve. We can just, if we go and get the curve, go into edit, we can now just subtly just try and snap it on. There we go. So that, and then one thing I am also going to do is I'm going to put Slice the bottom of it. Because what we can do then is when I do this, it comes down like that. But we're not going to use that at the moment. We're just using it as something because what we're going to do. I'm going to remove these curve up a bit there and move here and expand on that. Push that up slightly, that down slightly. There we go. We get more of a there we go. What we're going to do is we're going to duplicate that and get rid of the curve. There we go. Let's just stretch that out. If we just actually, you know what, let's halve it. And let's just expand on this bit. New bit. And then slice it. There we go. There we go. Oh, and then what we're gonna need. Now what we've got to do is I've got to build the bar like the thing that goes around it. And the way we're gonna do this is again we're gonna create a cube. Bring it up to here. You know, get there. Up there. You know what? Let's bring it here. Yeah, let's put it here because at least then it comes from there, so it looks like it's blocking the way. There's a reason I've done these as well, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna use these as a fake barricade. So you know when you have like those when you're on the balcony and you have like those like they look like jars, you know, like vases. You have loads of them. Well, we're gonna use a texture for that. We're not gonna 3D model that because it would just be because it would take too long to make and it wouldn't really look good. Gonna extrude this floor. At least then we've got a floor. go. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, no, okay. I'm thinking about ending the stream because at least you can have a rough idea of how things are done. With like game development, or like 3D modeling and stuff like that. Let's just finish this bit off because obviously we haven't finished the lines. There we go. Yep, so that's pretty much done now. The only thing I've got to do now is I've got to expand on these because these have got to stick out. Because literally, if I show you. There you go. So that's the reference images that I've got. So I can like zoom in. I can load all the different parts. So it's what I use to as a reference to create different things. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, I'll save that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't showed any UV mapping because well, I've showed you a bit. But it's such a tedious thing to do. So this is the reason why games take so long to make. That's why they have multiple people doing like one model, because you have people who are good modelers but who are rubbish UV mappers. You have good texturers, you know. You have good animators, good coders. So it does take a lot of time, and I'm all doing this by myself. So yeah. And when I'm gonna change, I'll quickly go back to my. I am gonna change these materials to the look more like bricks than, you know, really bad plaster. I think the plaster really doesn't work, so if I add the brick, it should be cool. And then it's just working out what we're gonna do with this part. Because like I should reset these. Make Windows select that. How does it work? Oh, it does. So yeah, there's a lot. I mean, to be honest, it's just getting the exterior is virtually done. There's just a few things that it needs adjusting and finding out a bit more, but other than that, it's really pretty simple. Pretty simple stuff to do. That really shouldn't take much time. I may expand on that, just as you can see, that sticks out a bit. So I might make that stick out a bit more. And then there's obviously we finishing this roof. And I'm thinking of putting a light source in this, just as a way of like, just quickly create like a small cylinder. Bring it up a bit, and expand. Lift this up here, and then one more, and then go. And you know what? I'm just gonna use the fake window, and then just Do a cube. See, just reusing textures. That's one of the cool things. Is little cheats that really make things work. So, like, say, so now, as you can see, there's like that lamp here. You know what? Just because it needs to be done, and it's the last little thing. Let's just quickly create a roof. There's a reason why I'm using the plane as well. Because with the plane, you can sort of solidify it. I don't want to do that now. Not really going to be noticed anyway. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's actually. Just want to check. Should we have it I think, you know what? Needs to be slightly higher. The cool thing is I've set this so it's the origin points there. We can pretty much see that looks a lot better. we go. And that looks pretty cool. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. Now the front's done, pretty much. Just texturing all this. And then we have a look in here. The wall looks pretty cool. It's just that may need some minor adjusting. But to be honest, no one's really gonna be looking, because this is gonna be pretty dark when you go in here anyway. So it's not. We're not really gonna have to focus on the detail. Same with this. Like, we're not really gonna focus on much on the detail. One thing I am gonna do is we're gonna duplicate these, isolate them, apply everything, join them together. Reason for this. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all these, flatten them. Doesn't really matter about them looking shit. Because what we're gonna do is all this is gonna be used to our advantage. Dissolve it. New faces. Just delete some of the faces. So, quick way, if you want got interior face, just click that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the one you're going to keep the faces that we need. Yep, and then I'm going to put that there, put the booty on there, make it so it's hole tolerant. Bend this down a bit. Now, I'll turn this off and see it's cleared that. The only thing is it's not it's cleared virtually everything, so if we turn that on. There we go. Yeah. And then we're just gonna apply the boolean. Delete the face. There we go. So as you can see now it's all clear. And then we're gonna duplicate this again. Okay, and we're just gonna get from view. You know what? Let's choose cube projection. Change that to R. There we go. Got the window. That's it. Simple. Right. Now I'm going to end the stream here. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm going to try and do more live streams, but it's just because I'm trying to get a lot done within the small amount of time that I've got off. I literally I broke up on the 20. Was it 24th? Was it 24th? Yeah, so I broke up. No, actually, 22nd, 21st. So I broke up literally 2 weeks ago. So that pretty much means I've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 weeks left. So I've got a lot to do within the matter of 4 weeks. And what I want to do is I want to try and get it done literally. Like, I want to get to a point by the end of the 4 weeks where it's like, yeah, I can get this done for the demo. So the demo will be out on Halloween. Still don't know about that yet. There's still a lot to do in such a small space of time. So, yeah, a lot to do, a lot to work out. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, well, I'm literally gonna have something to eat. Get back to working on this. And yeah, hopefully you can get something done very soon. I always want to get a lot done of this because obviously Starfield comes out, and I know when Starfield comes out, I'm gonna lose a lot of time. I really can't wait for that game. So yeah, and Alan Wake too. So yeah. Anyway, till then, stay safe, my Exile friends, and